So people want to know why it took me so long to come to the Keys. This is why. This is the first time we have an open road. It's been an hour and a half. So what should have been a 2.5 hour drive down here is going to be closer to 5 hours. But look at the traffic leaving the Keys.
You know how much God loves you is the first time you made this trip, you did not have this experience. I think if you had this experience, you'd be like, well, I don't want to go back to that. But you were willing to go ahead and come back because you had a good first experience. That's the key, a good first experience. So the first 26 years of Joe living in Florida, never go to the Keys, not even once. Now we're already on our second trip to the Keys in a month with 2 more vacations to the Keys planned. I think that he's in love with the Keys now. We're here, are you ready?
I'm excited.
So we're only eating what I can catch. Are you prepared to go hungry?
Well, obviously we're going to go hungry because we didn't bring any fishing poles.
We got to go to Kmart.
So we're going to be doing that paddleboarding.
Or something very nearly like it.
Probably falling in the water a lot.
Probably looking a lot more like Leo and Kate in Titanic floating on a door. That's going to be our door, baby. We're here. So we're not on the water, but we have a great corner spot. And we are just glad to be here. This is one of those campsites that you just don't complain a whole lot about what campsite you get. You just want a campsite. Hey, I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are two crazy campers.
After losing a combined weight of more than 200 pounds.
We realized we had so much more energy for activities.
Come along with us as we explore the great outdoors.
And join us on a brand new adventure.
Well, we're on a new adventure. We're on another Keys adventure.
Yay, we're here at Bahia Honda State Park.
And we're going to spend 3 days here. We're going to go teach ourselves how to stand a paddleboard. We're going to hopefully eat some fish. Rachel's going to hopefully catch some fish because she said we're not eating unless she catches fish.
So we may go hungry.
Yeah. And then we're going to do a 5 things review of Bahia Honda State Park. Now, we also are vlogging on this trip, so make sure you're subscribed to our channel and you hit that bell notification so that you can be notified when that video goes live.
Have you ever seen anybody get in a bathing suit so fast as me? I was like, let's go. But we don't have fishing poles. I forgot to grab them from my mom's house, so we're off to Kmart. I didn't even know that was still a thing.
I didn't know they still had Kmart.
I did not know Kmart was still a thing. So apparently they have a Kmart very close to here that specializes in fish and tackle stuff.
It's not going to hurt us to have fishing poles because
No.
we've got now 3 more trips to the Keys planned between now and August.
P.S. We don't live in some landlocked area anyway. We live 20 minutes from, you know, the Atlantic beach.
Right. Plus, we're also, later on in the summer, we're going to be going up to Anastasia State Park too, which is another like campground that's right on the beach up in the St. Augustine area.
So we got our fishing license. We might as well use them. So that was like going back in time to 1987.
It was very weird. I should have known better when we drove up and there's like nobody in the parking lot.
It's open, sorta.
Yeah, you walk in the store and you're like, they're open and they're going out of business, but they're not going out of business. I mean, it's like the shelves are half bare, so you think that they're closing down, but there's no indication that they're closing down.
But then they have like new stuff, like Easter, which makes you think, oh, maybe they're making a comeback, but there's also Christmas stuff. And so you're like, am I in just the Christmas part of this store that's probably year-round stocked with Christmas stuff?
So it reminds me of when I was growing up, we used to go to upstate New York and we had some property up there. And all of the stores shut down for the whole winter. They were basically only open during the summer.
Oh.
So they were all very dilapidated. Like,
right.
You know, I think it was the start of the dollar movie theater.
There's
but
a
you
guy
would walk
peeing
in
right there.
And You would
Key
walk
West.
into the movie theater and there's like giant holes in the seats and you would hit it and the dust would fly up. And it was the same way with all of like the little stores. That's what this is like.
There's like 5 fishing rods, but no reels.
But giant signs that say like huge fishing center.
section. There's like 2 car batteries, but I'm not sure what cars they would even fit.
The store doesn't look like it's been cleaned in 20 years.
But also it's not dirty. It's like it's preserved. It reminds me of like that movie House of Wax.
Yes.
Like something's not right, but also it's open. So I don't know. I feel like we just experienced retail purgatory.
One thing about Bahia Honda is there is only one entrance to the park. So if you happen to leave during the day, like I went to get some fishing gear, when you come back, sometimes there's a long line to get in. So it's just something you're going to have to be aware of. They don't have that separate entrance for the campgrounds. They make this look so easy when you watch people from the shore or when you're watching television. Was able to get up, paddled a little bit. It's a little bit difficult for me because of my bad ankle, because I have so many pins in my ankle and most of my weight always goes to the right, but it's all about practice.
I love this thing. It's everything you want at the beach. It's a surfboard, it's a raft, it's a kayak.
You're doing amazing.
It is so much fun. I can't believe I'm good at this. You can't come to the Keys without getting some stone crab claws, and we found ours right here in Big Pine Village, just on the side of the road, fresh as it comes.
Did you enjoy that?
I'm trying to get every little bit. It definitely helps that you're a landscaper and we have a wrench in the car.
So this is what camping is all about.
Yeah, buddy, shrimp and fish right off of the grill.
Yeah, so we're down here in the Keys and we're having some fresh Florida shrimp and some fresh yellowfin tuna, and everything was cooked on the Blackstone. We basically make it blackened, added a little bit of butter and some Redmond organic seasoned salt and some Cajun spices, and then this is a little bit of cheddar cheese that we literally crisp up on the Blackstone. Now people ask us all the time, like, what can I eat on keto when I go camping? And people ask us on both of our channels. Like, if you didn't know, we're keto and we have a keto channel, and I can leave a link for that right up here. But they're like, what can I eat? And it's pretty much anything.
Yeah, because stuff that you usually cook on camp out, like hot dogs on sticks or, you know, big potted chili, making the bacon in the morning,
hamburgers, eggs. I mean, it's all keto. But when in the Keys, you're gonna have to go seafood. Now, I'm not even a huge seafood eater. I like certain kinds of fish, and a leaf just almost fell on my plate. And I love shrimp, so why not? And again, this was like literally a 5-minute cook. It took us longer to go to the fish market to get this than it did to actually cook it.
Delicious. There are fish here, but I think they're like babies. I think we're in a nursery.
6 hooks later, a bunch of like weights,
Right.
an entire bag of shrimp,
Yes.
and we caught a 5-inch snapper.
This is why my pro tip is go eat first and then go fishing, and that way you'll never go hungry.
Yeah, we'd be starving if we waited for you to catch us a fish.
It's true. Yep.
Another baby.
It's a nursery.
Well, at least we got something.
Yep.
We each got one.
Better than getting skunked.
We need about 50 of those to eat.
Yes. He's going back to his mom.
And he left you your bait.
That was awful thoughtful. Back to mom he goes. We actually got a fish.
It only took 3 hours and 2 bags of shrimp.
The sunsets are absolutely beautiful here, and in the Conch Republic, we blow the conchs at sunset.
I'm sad.
Because we're leaving,
Yeah,
it's hard to leave the Keys.
it really is.
We're gonna take one last paddleboarding excursion out though.
So yeah, it's the last day. It's what, 8 o'clock in the morning?
7:30.
7:30. We're gonna head over, do one more paddleboarding trip. You know, now checkout here is at 1 p.m. and I would honestly stay for the entire time. Like we'll roll out at 1 p.m.
Right.
But we do have a live stream tonight for our keto channel. Now, if you haven't checked out our keto channel, go ahead. I'll leave a link for it right over here. You don't even have to be keto. You can just come there because, hey, you want to watch Rachel say the word balls a whole lot.
Oh my goodness. We do have a lot of fun.
We have a lot of fun over there. This coming month, for the month of April, we're doing a challenge for the entire month on building more lean muscle. So maybe you want to learn how to build lean muscles. Go check us out. But so we have that live stream tonight. So we're gonna go do a paddleboarding trip. Then we got to come over here, and we're pretty much packed up. I think we just have to like roll the slides in, deflate the paddle boards, and then go dump the black tank. You gonna help?
No, not this time.
Time for the 5 things review. Now, if you're new to our channel, we review all campgrounds based on 5 things. We're gonna talk about
hospitality, amenities, the campsites themselves, stuff to do, and finally, would we recommend it?
Sorry about the shadows, but
it's sunrise.
It's sunrise, and we were going to go paddleboarding on our last day here, and woke up and it is very choppy out there, and we're kind of new at paddleboarding. So this campground is really good. We had so much fun while we were here. So let's get right into the 5 things review, and we're gonna start off with hospitality.
This is a great park with lots of park rangers and volunteers that are very knowledgeable and will make you feel welcome right from the guard gate. But you need to plan to wait at that guard gate for maybe a significant amount of time, because there are a lot of people trying to get in here to this beautiful beach.
So let's talk a little bit about the check-in process. We got here at about 5:30. I did call them ahead of time because, again, you never know what the Keys traffic is going to be like. From our house, it should take about 2 hours and 45 minutes to get here. It took us almost 4 hours because when we got to Key Largo, there was a huge backup. So it is something that you need to plan for, because there is only one road in and one road out, and that's a 1-lane road. So you don't know what the traffic's gonna be like, so you need to plan that. So if you do think you're going to be late and not get here by check-in time, or like by the time they close, call them and they will give you a code to get in as well as a code to get into your campground, and then you go back up the next day to check in. Now, when it comes to the check-in process and what time they close, it goes by the time of the year. So we are here right now in the springtime. It's the end of March, and they're open all the way till about 7 o'clock. It goes by like the sun going up and down. But during the winter, they close at 5:30, so you have to plan that accordingly. Now, when you get here, you will have to bring them your license plate number for both the truck that you're using as well as the rig. So what I usually do is take a picture of my license plate and kind of go in. So every state park is different, and that is just something they require here. Now, also, when it comes to hospitality, they do give you an entire list of all of the different rules, as well as a hang tag for your car with the gate code, which you're going to need not only to get into the park itself at night, but also every time you go into the campground. And I love the fact that the campground is like behind the gate, so people who are day visitors can't get into the campground area.
Super safe.
They're also going to give you a map of all of the different things there are here to do at Bahia Honda State Park.
And that brings us to number 2, which is amenities.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of great restrooms and shower facilities. There are even some breakout changing only stations, which is really, really nice. And the restrooms, amazingly, are super clean, even with everybody getting in and out of the water.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff here has been rebuilt from the hurricane a few years ago, so you have brand new restrooms. But pretty much everywhere you go, there's a nice restroom area right over here behind the camera for people who are at the beach. There's another one over here at the marina. In the campground area, there is a brand new one. It's less than 2 years old that was built. It is super clean, has really nice showers. There are cleaning stations for your fish all throughout the park. Over here in the marina, in the campgrounds, there's one over by the cabins. I mean, so if you're gonna go fishing here, you can definitely clean your fish. They have like nice wash sinks and everything for scrubbing all your fish. Now, there are no laundry facilities here.
That made me a little bit sad because, yeah, all of our clothes are wet and sandy, so that's all coming home with me. And I'm not excited about that, but they do have some laundry, like wash tubs,
right,
which were nice. And there are tons of picnic benches. There are even like places to hang your laundry in the the campsite themselves too.
Yeah, if you go over and look at the cabins actually have laundry lines out. So there are a lot of amenities. Now also they have a gorgeous gift shop with everything that you need if you happen to forget something. Because one thing you need to know about coming here is that Bahia Honda State Park is on its own little key, and that means that there's nothing close. If you need to go to the grocery store like to Publix or get gas, or maybe you want to go get some more bait, anything you need.
It's going to be an 1.5-hour excursion.
Yeah, you have to go to the other side of 7 Mile Bridge and go up to Marathon, or you're going to have to go down to Big Pine Key. Either way, you're looking at about 12 to 15 miles. There are Winn-Dixies and Publixes. There are no Walmarts down here, so that is something to remember. There is a very old Kmart that looks like it's about to go out of business, but not going out of business.
Just go there as like a haunted house.
Yeah. There are also, by the way, these really cool gift shops called Sandals. And if you do need things like flip-flops or sunglasses, their prices are pretty inexpensive. Shop the sales. They have a lot of things in there that are like buy one, get one 50% off. But yeah, you're definitely going to want to try to come in here with everything. Now, you mentioned picnic benches.
Yeah.
This is the perfect place if you want to have like a waterside dinner instead of going out to eat, which can get very expensive.
Yeah, you can go to one of the local places that sell fresh seafood.
Yep, we did that yesterday.
It was so good. We even had stone crab claws that they cracked for us. They cooked them and cracked them right there. Actually, they will cook up a lot of these little roadside places. Not only will sell you the seafood, but they will fry it up for you if you would like, and then just turn it into a picnic that you can take to any of the picnic benches in the park.
You're gonna want to come out to one of these tables and watch the sunset. Also, make sure you get a conch shell because they love to go blow the conch shells during sunset every single night. It was actually a really cool experience that we got to have when we were like fishing last night.
It was really nice.
Last thing on amenities is going to be cell phone service, and the cell phone service here is pretty good. We had service with all 3 companies. T-Mobile once again seemed to have the best service at somewhere between 50 to 60 megabits per second download speed and about 15 upload speed. The other companies were down around 15 to 20 download, but only like 3 or 4 uploads. So if you're like us and trying to upload a movie, it may take you a little bit of time. So number 3, campsites themselves.
The campsites are beautiful, and I mean, you just want to stay here. So are they the most luxurious that we've ever experienced? No, but every single campsite, with the exception I would think of one, really makes you feel like you're on your own little island.
Well, let's go ahead and play the review and the overview of all of the different campsites right now.
Man, I always had stories about the city life and the crazy nights. Figure I should probably give it a try. Maybe check it out, see what it's all about. But the traffic was fast and the money was slow. The people I met you never get to know. I kind of miss this place I used to live back home. 'Cause up here it's breakneck, paycheck, rat race, what's next? I'm tired of feeling like a small fish in a big pond. I think I'll go back where I came from, where everybody knows my name. My friends are still the same. I guess the slow life hit me just right, like a bonfire on a cold night. Hell, and you can keep your 9 to 5. Happy with the simple life. Yeah, I ain't here to try to change your mind. I'm trying to save your time, in case you're thinking about breaking out the bucket list. Girl, you can skip this funny business. 'Cause up there it's complicated and overrated. Down here everything is understated. That's alright by me. I got everything that I need. But there is breakneck, paycheck, rat race, what's next? I'm tired of feeling like a small fish in a big pond. I think I'll go back where I came from, where everybody knows my name. All my friends are still the same. happy with the simple life. Oh Lord, you can keep your 9 to 5. The buzz on in my favorite song is playing in a Broadway bar. Then you walk in and you're all alone, the hottest in the room by far. And you look up and our eyes lock, and my heart falls straight out of my chest, baby. Your lips and your sweet smile, let me kiss it till I die. For the rest of our lives, yes, you and me were meant to be. For the rest of our lives, drop your guard and take a ride with me, 'cause you got what I want, oh, and I got what you need. For the rest of our lives, it's gonna be a done deal, just wait and see. Well, the sun's up, you wake up, an angel in the morning light. And I don't ever wanna leave, the bed's messed up just right. So we make love and we make plans, and God knows that I'm all about it. We're up high, never coming down, baby, just you and I. For the rest of our lives, yes, you and me were meant to be. For the rest of our lives, drop your guard and take a ride with me, 'cause you got what I want, oh, and I got what you need. For the rest of our lives, it's gonna be a done deal, just wait and see. I've known it since I met you, this love, it was a breakthrough. For the rest of our days, we'll be everything we wanna be. For the rest of our lives, for the rest of our lives, yes, you and me were meant to be. For the rest of our lives, drop your guard and take a ride with me, 'cause you got what I want, oh, and I got what you need. For the rest of our lives, it's gonna be a done deal, just wait and see. It's gonna be a done deal, just wait and see. It's gonna be a done deal, just wait and see.
So as you can see, all of the campsites are really nice. Now, let's talk about 13 through 24, because those are on the water. Those are the coveted waterfront sites that everybody wants, and honestly, they're all hard to get. But those are really hard to get. I'm gonna tell you, and we shouldn't do this because
No.
I want them. The best 2 sites, in my personal opinion, and yours may be different, is 14 and 15, maybe even 13, but I'm gonna say 14 and 15. They have really big beaches. You can go swimming right from your site. You
Launch
can
your
go
paddleboard.
paddleboarding or kayaking. You can go fishing right from your site. They're really big. They're open, and they're more towards the marina site. The other ones are waterfront, and there is like a little walkway that you can get down through the rocks, but it's just not as nice. And also they're right below the bridge, which adds a lot of road noise.
And you're gonna hear road noise from all of the campsites because of your proximity to the bridge. But I don't know, it just kind of adds to the whole busy feeling of Key West. This is not like Curry Hammock where you feel like you're on a private beach. This is, you know, feeling like you're part of the action in the Keys.
Yeah.
So, which is nice, I mean, but it's a different feeling for sure from Curry Hammock.
Yeah, now in addition to the RV sites, they do have a few cabins that you can rent. We weren't able to find out how much the cabins cost at the current time. And there are also the tent only sites. Now, the tent only sites, one of the reasons they're tent only is because you have to go under a 6'9" bridge to get in there. Now, my truck gets under there, but barely. I did go back there on
We're
this
nervous.
trip, and there are some people who have some small pop-ups back there, but there is no electric back there. So that is something that if you have a little tiny camper and you want to go back there with it, you can, but there is no electric. There's another set of camp-only sites or tent-only sites up on the northern part. However, that is all currently under construction because of the hurricane from a couple of years ago. Overall, I think there's not a bad campsite with the exception of the one that's got the exposure on both sides. And what I'm going to tell you is if you're planning on coming here, you're going to need to book early, like 10, 11 months in advance, and just take any site because it's difficult to get any site in here. But the ones on the water are really hard, and if you're going to wait for one of those water-only sites, you may be waiting years to get here.
Now, when we say take any site, you definitely want to look at the campsite pictures that
Yes.
we've included in this video because they're not very big.
Yes.
So we kind of had to catty corner to get into our site because there was a low-hanging branch that would have taken out part of our roof or our slide. Sometimes we can just back into a spot and just leave our truck right in front of it because it's nice and long, but we couldn't do that in this site.
A lot of the sites are very short, so if you have something like a Momentum or a Solitude or something like that, you're definitely going to want to kind of come back and look at that site-by-site tour because some of the sites are not going to fit you. And also, they're a little difficult to get in because they're not angled for the entrance. You are going to have to really be good at swinging and probably pulling out and swinging a little bit more and pulling out because that is something we experienced. And I'm a very good trailer driver. So the sites aren't as big, but they are very nice.
Yeah.
So number 4, stuff to do. And wow, is there a lot to do here. I'm going to say this, and this is going to sound bad because we love state parks. And one of the things we like about them is there's always a lot of things to do. We've done more of the stuff to do here at Bahia Honda State Park than any other state park we've been to.
I think that's absolutely true. We went paddleboarding, we've gone swimming, we've gone fishing, we've gone to the little nature center that's up the way. I mean, there is just a lot of hiking, biking. I mean, there is a lot of stuff to do. And this is one of those parks that just calls you to like away from your campsite. Like, come explore me.
Yeah, a lot of times we go to the state parks and we do each activity one time and then we go back and we relax. So maybe we spend half of the day, you know, doing the activity and then some of the day filming videos or doing some work. And on this trip, we were out of the rig the entire day. We got back and just like collapsed, right? We were exhausted from the sun. We went paddleboarding every single day with the exception of today because it was really windy and choppy. But there's a nice hiking trail to go up the old bridge. There is bike riding. You can take nice long walks on the beach. You can go fishing. You can launch your boat. I mean, there is kayak rentals. There is a snorkel trip. If you are willing to leave this key, you can go right up the road about 12 miles. You can rent a boat for as little as $250 for an entire day for a nice center console. You can go parasailing. You can go on snorkel trips. You can go swim with the dolphins.
Yeah, there is like a turtle hospital not very far from here. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to do here.
Yeah, so definitely are going to want to pack your fun shoes and come here and also be prepared to just be collapsed out of like pure exhaustion at the end of every single day.
Happy tired.
So number 5, would we recommend Bahia Honda State Park to go camping?
Why are you not packing your Hawaiian shirts into your suitcase right now? Because you've got to come here.
Yeah, this is definitely a fun place to come. Now, I'm going to say this, and we mentioned it already earlier, it is not easy to get in here. There are not a lot of campsites, and you have to remember that it's just $35 a night to stay here as opposed to spending $100, $150, $200 a night to stay at some of the private campground resorts that are on all of the other Keys. So it's difficult to get into here as well as any of the other state parks here in the Keys. And there are 2 other ones of John Pennekamp, which we get to come to in another month, as well as Curry Hammock. So you're going to have to really plan your trip. And my advice to you is going to be this. you're going to plan your vacation around when you can get into here. I know most of us plan our vacation and then go, okay, now we need to get into the park. You're gonna need to get into the park and then plan your entire vacation and honestly your entire life around when you're able to get in. And that's kind of how we look at it. It's so difficult to get in here. You're gonna constantly be having to hit refresh, refresh, refresh. The best thing to do is look way out, like look 10, 11 months out. And you can book up to 11 months ahead of time here and take whatever site you can get. But what we do is we're constantly looking, and if one happens to show up, we're like, okay, we're going on that trip, and we don't care what else is going on. We're gonna take off time, we're gonna call in sick. I mean, right now, we're in the middle of lacrosse season, and I told my assigner, hey, I'm going to the Keys, you're gonna have to work around me.
So, and I think a lot of people, when they associate like the Keys, are thinking that's going to be my summer trip.
No.
But I would think about coming in March and April if you are planning a year out, because it is plenty warm enough. You are going to enjoy the water temperatures, and it's still breezy. You're not dealing with as many mosquitoes as you do in the summer months. And in the summer months, as busy as it is right now, it's going to get even busier, because I think a lot of people associate the Keys with a summer vacation. So maybe get a jump on that and come for like the spring break time.
Yeah. I was actually shocked because we are here at the end of March and we are Floridians, which means we are normally not in the beach water at this time of the year. We're usually waiting until like May, June, July. It's just too cold for us usually. The water temperature is 78 degrees. It was perfect. Yeah. We didn't even have to do that, like dip your toe in. We were like right in.
You're all in.
And we were super comfortable. So I definitely highly recommend if you got a to-do list and places you must go. Like a lot of people, it's like Yellowstone National Park. Honestly, I'm gonna tell you, coming here, going to Curry Hammock, going to any of the places in the Keys, that should be at the top of your list. Now, that is going to be our review of Bahia Honda State Park. Now, let us know down in the comment section if you have ever been here. And also let us know if there are any other places in the Keys that you've been to that you may like better. Now, if you like seeing videos like this, please do us a favor. Hit that like button down below. It really does help build the channel. And also make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the little bell button. And that way, every single time we upload a new video, you'll be alerted to it.
Until next time,
happy camping.